Lord Shiva, revered as Mahadev, the great god, stands as one of the most enigmatic and profound deities in Hinduism. As a principal figure in the Trimurti alongside Brahma the creator and Vishnu the preserver, Shiva embodies the role of the destroyer, yet his essence transcends mere destruction. He is the auspicious one, the embodiment of transformation, compassion, and cosmic balance. Known by myriad names, Mahadeva, Shankara, Rudra, Neelakanta, and more, Shiva's stories are woven into the fabric of Indian mythology, spirituality, and culture. While many tales of Shiva, such as his marriage to Parvati or his cosmic dance as Nataraj, are widely celebrated, there exist lesser-known stories, hidden narratives, and esoteric secrets that reveal the depth of his divine persona. This exploration, spanning 6,000 words, delves into the untold stories of Mahadev, drawing from ancient texts, oral traditions, and lesser explored myths to uncover the mystical tapestry of his legacy. Shiva's narratives are not linear. They are cyclical, reflective of his eternal nature. Unlike Vishnu's structured epics in the Ramayana or Mahabharata, Shiva's stories are often fragmented, appearing as divine incidents that dance in and out of larger myths. These incidents, preserved in Puranas, regional folklore, and the Harikatha storytelling tradition, offer glimpses into Shiva's boundless compassion, fierce independence, and playful unpredictability. This work aims to illuminate these hidden tales, from his interactions with devotees and gods to his symbolic representations, while exploring the philosophical and spiritual significance embedded within them. Shiva is unique among deities for his lack of a definitive origin. He is described as Anadi, without beginning, and Ananta, without end, existing beyond the constraints of time and causality. The Linga Purana and Atharva Veda hymn to the Yapastambha, the sacrificial post, trace the worship of the Shiva Lingam to ancient Vedic practices, where the eternal Skambha pillar symbolized the cosmic Brahman. Over time, this evolved into the aniconic Lingam, representing Shiva's formless essence. The Gudimallam Lingam, dating to the 3rd century BCE, is among the oldest archaeological evidence of Shiva worship, underscoring his pre-Vedic roots. Unlike other gods with clear parentage or creation myths, Shiva's existence is self-sustained. In one obscure tale from the Shiva Purana, Brahma and Vishnu, seeking to comprehend Shiva's origin, embark on a cosmic quest to find the ends of an infinite lingam. Brahma ascends to find its top, while Vishnu descends to locate its base. After eons, both return unsuccessful, humbled by Shiva's boundless nature. This story, rarely emphasized in popular discourse, underscores Shiva's transcendence over creation and preservation, positioning him as the ultimate reality. Shiva's dual nature, benevolent yet fearsome, further complicates his persona. As an ascetic yogi on Mount Kailash, he is detached, immersed in meditation. Yet, as a householder with Parvati and their sons Ganesha and Kartikeya, he embodies love and familial duty. His fierce forms, like Bhairava or Veerabhadra, contrast with his compassionate avatars, such as Dakshinamurti, the silent teacher of wisdom. These contradictions are not inconsistencies but reflections of Shiva's ability to encompass all aspects of existence, a theme that permeates his untold stories. One of the most intriguing yet lesser-known stories involves Shiva's appearance as a swan at Lake Manasarovar, a tale recounted in Renuka Narayanan's Beyond the Popular Stories. Long ago, Brahma created 4 young men to be the ancestors of humanity and instructed them to pray for guidance on the shores of Manasarovar. As they meditated, a magnificent white swan appeared, gliding across the lake's surface. This was no ordinary bird but Shiva himself, manifesting as the Paramahamsa, the supreme swan symbolizing the liberated soul. The swan spoke to the men, warning them that the world was Maya, illusion, and that procreation would bind them to its cycles. Shiva, ever the compassionate rebel, challenged Brahma's directive, urging the men to seek liberation over worldly duties. This act of divine interference highlights Shiva's role as a disruptor of cosmic order, not out of malice but to offer humanity a path to transcendence. The story, rarely told in mainstream narratives, reveals Shiva's playful yet profound approach to creation, questioning the very purpose of existence. In the hills of Unakoti, Tripura, lies a mysterious site where millions of rock carvings depict Shiva and his followers. Local legend, as narrated in Beyond the Popular Stories, tells of Shiva traveling to Kailash with an entourage of 9,999,999 followers, one short of a crow, hence the name Unakoti, one less than a crow. Eager to reach home, Shiva instructed his followers to awaken before dawn. When morning came, none stirred except Shiva himself. Disappointed yet compassionate, Shiva left them behind, and the sleeping followers, overcome with shame, turned to stone, forever etched into the hills. This tale, obscure outside Tripura, speaks to themes of devotion and discipline. Shiva's followers, though numerous, failed to match his resolve, symbolizing the human struggle to rise above inertia. The Unakoti rocks, now a UNESCO tentative heritage site, stand as a testament to the story, blending myth with tangible history. The narrative also underscores Shiva's solitary nature. He walks alone, even when surrounded by millions, a poignant reflection of his ascetic essence. Another hidden gem from Shiva's repertoire is the story of Matsyendranath, the fish who became a sage. As recounted in ancient whispers, the untold history of Mahadev, Shiva once sat on a riverbank, teaching Parvati the esoteric secrets of yoga and tantra. Unknown to them, a fish in the river listened intently, absorbing every word. Blessed by Shiva's divine voice, the fish transformed into a human, named Matsyendranath, meaning Lord of the Fish. He later became Adinath, the first teacher of Hatha Yoga and Nath traditions. This story, rarely highlighted in popular Shiva lore, illustrates his role as the ultimate guru whose teachings transcend intentional instruction. The fish, an unlikely recipient, symbolizes the universality of Shiva's wisdom, available to all who are receptive, regardless of form or intent. Matsyendranath's legacy in yoga underscores Shiva's enduring influence on spiritual practices, often overlooked in favor of his more dramatic myths. The story of Shiva as Nilakant, the blue-throated one, is well known. During the churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan, Shiva swallowed the poison Halahala to save the universe, earning his blue throat. However, a lesser-known narrative links this act to the Mahabharata. According to Beyond the Popular Stories, the Vish Purush, spirit of the poison, emerged from Shiva's throat, weeping in shame for causing harm to Mahadev. This spirit, in despair, sought redemption and was later woven into the Mahabharata's complex web of events, influencing its tragic outcomes. This obscure connection reveals Shiva's actions as having ripple effects across cosmic timelines. The Vish Purusha's role in the epic, though not explicitly detailed, suggests that Shiva's sacrifice was not merely a singular act but a catalyst for larger divine plans. This narrative enriches the Nilakant myth, showing Shiva's interconnectedness with other Hindu epics beyond his direct interventions. In the Mahabharata, Shiva's influence often appears subtly, but one untold story highlights his direct role in shaping its warriors. As narrated in ancient whispers, Shiva taught the secrets of archery and warfare to Drona, the guru of both Pandavas and Kauravas. Impressed by Drona's devotion, Shiva bestowed upon him celestial weapons and skills, naming him Dronacharya, the teacher of Drona. This act positioned Drona as a pivotal figure in the Kurukshetra war, shaping the epic's trajectory. This story, rarely emphasized, showcases Shiva's role as a mentor to mortals, not just in spiritual matters but in martial arts and strategy. It also highlights his impartiality. By empowering Drona, Shiva indirectly aided both sides of the Mahabharata conflict, reflecting his detachment from worldly outcomes. This narrative adds depth to Shiva's involvement in the epic, often overshadowed by Krishna's prominence. No exploration of Shiva's stories is complete without acknowledging his inseparable bond with Shakti, the divine feminine. In Shaivism, Shiva is incomplete without Shakti, his dynamic energy. The Ardhanarishvara form, where Shiva and Parvati merge as half male, half female, symbolizes this union, but lesser known tales reveal the nuances of their relationship. In one esoteric story from beyond the popular stories, Shiva is Dakshinamurti, the silent teacher, had withdrawn from the world, immersed in meditation. The universe, engulfed in Maya, suffered without his guidance. Shakti, as Ambika, took the form of Kameshwari, love incarnate, and approached Shiva. Through her divine charm, she transformed him into Kalyana Sundara, the beautiful bridegroom, an ocean of compassion. Though Shiva appears to act, the story reveals that all actions are Shakti's, while Shiva remains the unmoving consciousness. This tale, rarely told, underscores the sacred feminine as the driving force behind Shiva's engagement with the world. It challenges patriarchal interpretations of Hindu mythology, positioning Shakti as the initiator of cosmic welfare. The story also explains why Shiva's devotees often worship Parvati alongside him, recognizing her as the source of his benevolence. While the story of Sati's self-immolation is known, its aftermath is less explored. After Sati's death, Shiva, consumed by grief, carried her body across the cosmos, refusing to let go. Vishnu, to alleviate Shiva's pain, dismembered Sati's body, and her remains fell at 51 sacred sites, forming the Shaktipeeths. An obscure narrative from the Kalika Purana describes Shiva visiting these sites in secrecy, meditating at each to honor Sati's memory. In one instance, at Kamakhya, he manifested as a hidden lingam, worshipped only by select yoginis. This story reveals Shiva's vulnerability, a rare glimpse into his emotional depth. His secret pilgrimages to the Shaktipeeths highlight his eternal devotion to Sati, even after her reincarnation as Parvati. The hidden lingam at Kamakhya, rarely discussed, underscores the esoteric traditions surrounding Shiva worship, accessible only to those initiated into tantric practices. Shiva's iconography is rich with meaning, and his untold stories often revolve around these symbols. The lingam, Nataraj, and Ardhanarishvara are not mere images but repositories of cosmic truths. The lingam, often misunderstood as a phallic symbol, represents Shiva's formless essence. A lesser-known story from the Linga Purana describes a debate among sages about the lingam's significance. Shiva appeared and revealed that the lingam is the cosmic axis, Skambha, connecting the three worlds. To demonstrate, he caused the lingam to emit a celestial light, visible only to those with pure hearts. The sages, humbled, composed the Shiva Sahasranama, a hymn listing his 1,000 names. This narrative, rarely highlighted, clarifies the lingam's spiritual significance, dispelling misconceptions. The Shiva Sahasranama, found in the Mahabharat's Anushasana Parvan, remains a vital devotional text, its origins tied to this obscure tale. The story also emphasizes Shiva's accessibility. His divine light shines for all, but only the pure perceive it. Shiva is Nataraj, the cosmic dancer, is iconic, but a hidden story from the Chidambaram temple's Thala Purana reveals a deeper layer. When Shiva danced to subdue the ego of rishis in the Daru forest, his dance was silent, without the Damaru drum. The rishis, expecting a spectacle, were instead mesmerized by the stillness of his movements, realizing that true rhythm lies in silence. This silent dance, called Ananda Tandava, is worshipped at Chidambaram as the Chidambaram Rahasya, secret. This tale, rarely shared, highlights Shiva's ability to teach through paradox, motion in stillness, sound in silence. The Ananda Tandava underscores his role as the source of all arts, a theme echoed in his patronage of yoga and music. The Chidambaram temple, one of the Panchabhuta sthalas, remains a living testament to this esoteric narrative. While the Mahabharata and Ramayana center on Vishnu's avatars, Shiva's presence is subtle yet profound. His untold stories in these epics reveal his role as a silent orchestrator. One lesser-known Mahabharata story involves Arjuna's penance to obtain the Pashupatastra, a celestial weapon. As narrated on Pura, Arjuna meditated in the Himalayas, unaware that Shiva, disguised as a hunter, tested his resolve. When a boar, sent by the demon Mukha, attacked, both Arjuna and Shiva shot arrows simultaneously. A dispute arose over whose arrow killed the boar, leading to a fierce duel. Exhausted, Arjuna realized the hunter was Shiva and surrendered. Pleased, Shiva granted him the Pashupatastra. This story, though mentioned in the Mahabharata, is often overshadowed by Krishna's exploits. It highlights Shiva's role as a tester of devotion, ensuring only the worthy receive his boons. The Pashupatastra, a weapon of unparalleled power, underscores Shiva's influence over the epic's outcome, enabling Arjuna to fulfill his dharma. In the Ramayana, Ravana's devotion to Shiva is well known, but a lesser-known tale from 10 interesting Lord Shiva stories for kids describes his audacious attempt to uproot Mount Kailash. Angered, Shiva trapped Ravana beneath the mountain. To appease Shiva, Ravana composed the Shiva Tandava Stotra, cutting off one of his heads to create a veena from his tendons. Moved by his devotion, Shiva released him.